All right, that is it for me today. Today I finished the day up only $8. Small green day. I traded a lot of stocks today. My high was today, I was up $16 at one point today. And I wanted to, here's NAOV popping back up. Let's see what we got here. Like nothing is really has any momentum today, and SPRT was I was up what $12 on BTBT, and then SPRT I was green on about maybe $4 or $5, and then I took this trade here. Let me pull up my trades. So okay, pre-market I was trading this. I had like a descending. I thought it was gonna break out of like a flag pattern. I saw that it dipped down below here and then popped up, so I wanted to buy the break. I was buying into like the break of this downtrend. Didn't end up getting it. Had like a small scratch trade there, and then out in the open, looks like I bought 10 shares there and then sold some at 10.03. So that's nice, 12, 13 cents a share there. Not bad. Only 10 shares though. And then I got back in on a dip off of 992 and sold at 10.03. And I was up at that point over $4 on that stock. And then on this rip, I completely fumbled the football here. I started my position here at 994 on this candle, but with the volume, you could see that, let's show. On this candle here, this volume matched the open volume. This is very bullish how much buyers were buying this up underneath the open price on high volume. It was a clear sign that it was going to make a run for the pre-market high, especially on this volume. It's just triggering a whole like a different trend, like a bullish trend instead of getting staying in this bearish trend. And once I saw this spike in volume and rip through the VWAP, I should have bought a couple hundred shares at least with this, and then for the break through the high. But I was hesitant. One, because it's just a slow market. I don't know if I can trust this. I have trust issues right now with the market just because we've been getting so many fake outs. Okay, FULC. Okay. FULC might make a run for 25 here. I'm going to keep an eye on this on my second monitor. I'll put an alert here, 2450. I'm just have trust issues with the market right now just because we're just getting so many fake outs and that's just very choppy, and like I want to keep my risk small because I don't want to dig myself a hole in this type of market, because it's going to take a really long time to dig myself out because there's just no opportunities. So this is very bullish here. And then I added in late. I was in like 100 shares deep, 1033. And then it came up to the halt level at 1045, 1044. And I thought we were going to see a halt. And I could have easily taken profit right here. Nice 10, 20, 10, $15 profit here. But I really wanted to go for the high. And so we were squeezing into the halt. On the halt level, it was starting to stall out. So I thought it was going to halt, but then it just stopped. Like the buyers stopped stepping in, the sellers took over, and then it pulled back 20 cents. And at this point, I was like, well, I mean, if buyers were eager to get in because this was going to rip, like we would have pushed it through the halt and got stuck in a 5-minute halt. But because it didn't do that, I was like, fuck, I gotta take the paper cut because I have no idea what it's gonna do right here. It could easily just reverse right here and just fake out. And then after it didn't do that, I was buying into the break for the high. And then it kind of stalled out again, and I don't know, I just didn't trust it. I didn't trust it at all. And I took a scratch trade on that one. And then here, at this point, I was up like maybe $16 on the day. And I was in 40, 40 shares. I was adding up until on this dip, added more. And then on this candle here, I added because I thought we were going to break through here and then make it another run for the high. I was going for $11, and we ended up pulling back all the way down here, and I took a small loss. Not a small loss. It was majority of my profit on the day. It went from up 16 to down, to only up $4 on the day. Which I mean isn't a big deal because with 40 shares, if I was looking for $11, I could have easily got, my average was like 10.45. I could have easily got 60 cents a share on this trade, so that could potentially be $24 versus minus 12. So it's a 2-to-1 risk reward. So I'm glad I cut my loss. I took it, whatever. And then I kind of scalped down here, and I was able to make some of it back. And now I'm up 864. So that was that. And BTBT, I traded BTBT. I saw this rip here out of the open. It ripped all the way up, kissed $16, right under $16. And then this candle pulled back. No, the next candle pulled back all the way down to 80s. And I just sized in. I had a really good feeling it was going to break through 16 because this candle was very strong, closed near the highs at 15.98. And so I just figured that was just a resistance level, that momentum, if the continued momentum was going to break through. When it pulled back, that was my opportunity to enter in for the breakthrough 16. And so I was pretty confident in this setup. So I averaged in 150 shares in 1580s and started taking profit kind of early. I took 50 off for a scratch trade, and then I took the next 50 off at 1597, and then the next 50 at 16, which was, it was a good call because it doesn't go much higher than 16. Could have only got maybe 8 cents after 1608 until it pulled back again. So overall, that was a good trade. In a hot market, we would have got more resolution and a lot more like volatility in this move here. Probably would have pulled back and then ripped and then probably gone to 1650 or 17. So I'm very keen on taking my profits early in this market. But I'm glad I sized in on this position here. This was, this was like a 15. This was like over a $2,000 position here. That's actually really good. That's probably one of my higher position sizes. 15 times 150 times 1585. Yeah, $2,300 position size. That's definitely bigger than I normally do. So I'm confident. I'm happy that I got my confidence with this setup to go through and follow through with the resolution for the most part. So that's definitely progress. And then here I wanted to buy for the breakout here. I bought the dip 1604. I saw this candle rip up to kiss the high, pulled back a little bit, and this candle was red for a little bit, and then I saw that the buyer stepped in and it's starting to go to red to green candle, and that's when I started to take a small size, 20 shares, and able to ride it up through the breakout level, and took some off at 1613 and 1608. So that was a nice small win there. I'm happy with how I traded today. It was just, I got some more practice in. That's all I can ask for in this type of market. I'm not really looking to make big profits right now. I'm just looking to get my practice in and, keep studying and staying in the market long term. Right now, I'm not trying to make it big because there's a very good possibility in this market that I could also lose a shit ton of money. And I don't want to it's just not the time right now to do that. And I know I'm ready. I know I'm ready to size up to maybe like a $5,000 position size, $3,000 to $5,000 position size, to potentially making consistently over $100 gains per day. But this is not the market for me to start because this actually happened last time. The first time I got my account funded over $25,000. I was so excited to start trading big size, but it was a market like this. This market was a cold market for like 2 weeks when I first got to 25,000, and I immediately this is when I took my $800 loss and took all of my profit away over the past 4 months. It's because I was so eager. Holy shit! Is this gonna go for the high? I don't know, man. It's so the volume is so inconsistent. Like, look at these like it's so inconsistent. I'll have to let it go without me. But what I was saying was, I was so eager to trade bigger size, but the market wasn't there, and I didn't even know this at the time. I had no idea. I had no idea about the small market cap cycles that go through hot periods and slow periods, where momentum and the bull strategies, like the breakout strategies and the dip buying strategies, and like the gap and go momentum strategies. I didn't know that those strategies didn't work in like a slow market. I didn't even know what a slow market was, and so like I was starting to buy all these bull flags and the breakouts and the dip buys on momentum, and all of them just kept failing, and I was getting so stressed. And then I started just YOLOing everything and SPY just because I was just so emotional, and I lost all that money. But that's because I was so eager to size up big, because I was over 25,000. I can trade on margin. I can trade up to $100,000 right now. Fuck it, we're gonna be a millionaire in the next few weeks or the next few months. I'm gonna really make gains. And it didn't end up working like that because I wasn't conscious of where the market cycle was at. If it was in a hot market, a weak market, a neutral market, a choppy market, how many gappers there were, how much volume do these gappers have? Are they turning the float each day and multiple times per day to where they can consistently squeeze out shorts multiple times a day? And right now we're not really seeing that. So right now I want to not make that same mistake that I did when I first started with that 25K. And I just need to be patient and wait for the market to come back around, and then I can start sizing back up. Because after I took that big hit, I was completely shattered. My confidence was shattered for months. And those next few months, it was April, so May, June, and July, or May and June, they were kind of hotter than that 2 weeks in April that I was suffering with no momentum. Those next 2 months were hotter, and I wasn't able to size up because my confidence was shot. Like I thought I forgot everything how to trade, and so I had to literally went back to step one of when you're trying to learn how to trade. I was literally trading with 1 share, 2 shares, 3 shares, and just getting that repetition. And it took me months and months and months to try to build up my confidence again, and I just don't want to have that setback again. And it costed me opportunity in the market when the market was hot. And if I was ready and I was ready to size up at that point, I could have taken advantage of those opportunities, but I wasn't, because of that loss that I took that shattered my confidence. Especially when you're just beginning, your confidence is so fragile because you don't have the years of experience to look back on and say like, oh wow, well, in this year I made this much money, and this year I made this much money. I was consistent in these times, so I can just go back to what I was doing. But with me, I've only been doing it for about a year, and so I don't have those reference experiences to say like, oh wow, what did I do at this portion of time where I was consistent? Or like I'm still thinking that maybe just the success I had in the past year was just off of luck, and not skill. And so like, but as I have more experience and I continue to trade, obviously, statistically, it will start to, my profits will start to lean towards like less of luck because of the amount of time I've been into it, and more towards a proven skill set that I've like discovered and developed for myself, that actually shows an edge in the market and not just based off of luck. Because if it's just luck, eventually your luck is going to run out, and eventually you're going to blow yourself out of the market. And so the longer you're able to stay in the market for years and years, the less it is due to luck statistically, and more it is to do with an actual edge that you have found in the market. So that's just kind of like my thought processes I had. just kind of like a rant or an explanation of why, how I've been trading the past few months. But FULC looks like it's about to break 225. This could be a good move. I mean, in a hot market, I would probably take that, but we got a huge block of sellers here. I would right now probably start to take profit, maybe leave some. Yeah, see, there we go. Yeah, right now you're taking profits. All longs are taking profits right now. There's no chance in hell that this is going to keep running. Just not the market. So, I mean, if you were smart here in this setup, I don't even know. This doesn't even look good. This looks, it could easily have faked out, and you could have lost maybe down to $24. I mean, $24, $24. So maybe 80 cents a share, 70 cents a share. Can't trust it right now. So, where was I at here with the reviews? BTBT, right? Yeah, BTBT. Yeah, oh yeah, I was happy with that trade. SPRT, CVV came out with news. I don't know why. I probably shouldn't even. I shouldn't have ever traded this, but it didn't end up working in my favor. I made like a couple cents, but I thought it was. News came out, something that. Let me read the news here. They got some orders for their EV parts or something, and nano materials using EV energy storage. So I was like, oh wow, well it just came out at 10:03. Maybe it's just gonna start ripping now, and it didn't end up doing that. So pretty much like a scratch trade on that. FULC is still, we'll see what happens here. It's getting kind of late. What else should I trade here? SESN. This is a good mover. I bought in the dip on this candle. Where was I at? I don't even know. 553. Yeah, it was scratch trade. I don't know what I was thinking there. I just didn't like the it's just not how the stocks that I like to trade for some reason. The price action ain't right for me. It's not volatile enough. There's not enough volume. It's just very choppy. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Crazy. Box L. I made a trade on Box L. Box Light. This is a former runner. I was trying to get this red to green move. I thought we were going to see follow through the high and try to retest 272. Didn't end up happening in a hot market. I had probably more chance of that happening. I bought 248. So I kind of bought this second red candle. When I dipped, kissed 246. Didn't end up breaking 246 yet, I remember. And I was waiting for the break of 246 to get the bounce off VWAP off 245. Why was I waiting for an extra cent? I have no idea. But I only took 10 shares. I wanted to average in and add through 250, but it just literally just I bought and immediately gapped up and then sold off, and I was able to capture 30 cents on 10 shares. I mean, it is what it is. Didn't end up getting follow through. It was a good call. In a hot market, I have to start to let my winners run more than I am in this market. So I'm just gonna have to have like a good mental shift and start to trust the momentum in the market that it's going to continue, especially in the early stages of a run or a rally or a breakthrough, a high. Hot market's more likely to hold the breakout and run higher. So I definitely want to leave some shares running. See, like here, maybe if I bought, let's say I bought 100 shares here, 246, and it broke through 250, and then right on the pivot point here, after it breaks the pivot point, I want to be taking profits, at least for my strategy. I do well taking half of my gains off of this and letting maybe the other half run maybe to the next high, and then taking the rest off on the break of this. Maybe even in a hotter market, I'll let it break through this pivot point, run to the high, take half my profits off at the break of 272 in case it reverses on a false breakout, but then leave some shares to run in case it does have a bounce, and then I can add in again on a dip for the run higher. That's an ideal trade set up for me. But right now, it's just we're not getting any of those moves. So an AOV, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, it doesn't look that good. I think I'm done for today, not trading. You know, $8. Yesterday, I didn't make a video because I was running late to work. But it was the same day. I literally made $8.50, $8.60, pretty much a mirror image of yesterday. I made it on PBTS, which here, yeah, I should have held this move to the break of the high. Didn't end up doing it. I was averaging on the dip and then bought on this first pop. Didn't hold for this move here. And then I started scalping up in here and was able to walk away with a small green day. Consistency is more valuable than one huge green day and a lot of red days. Consistency is key. Consistent green days is best, and then I can slowly up my share size. So that's my plan moving forward. Waiting for this market to heat back up, and then I can start pushing myself. And I'm very excited to see what I can achieve. I think I'm ready. So hope you guys' trading journey is going well, and please post down below what you guys have been working on and where you guys want to be and what your goals are in trading. Would love to hear about that. And if you guys like this video, please like, also comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. I'm going to try to do one of these every day because it helps me process my trading results and my emotions and my thoughts about my trading day. And hope you guys at least get some value out of this video or find it entertaining. So see you guys on the next trading recap. Peace.